Hey everyone and stoners, welcome to the stream. Gonna be doing the last stream of the season, just about 3.5 days left. And also the last season for one of my good friends, Cobra Bomber. What's going on, Cobra?
Hey Stone, thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Yeah. It's cool, it's crazy, right? You've been playing for like, well, longer than I have. And now it's gonna be your last season, huh?
It is a very surreal feeling, my friend. It is very surreal, but I'm this. It's been a great ride. It's been a great ride.
And I'm sure we'll talk all about it. Hey, Mike
Yes,
Wells in the
sir.
chat, Andrew. Hey, James here too. Yeah, we have a new countdown text because the old one broke. So I had to scour through the sites. And we're gonna be doing, while talking to Cobra, some secret hits. Everyone's favorite.
I'm curious, Stone, what Andrea was talking about when she said, "Is this allowed?"
Mm,
Kind of wondering.
maybe is it allowed that you can actually like finally quit? This can be your last season.
Maybe, or maybe if my work let me break free to the stream for the day. So yeah, neither are probably allowed.
Probably. Why did Alchemist drop? Because otherwise we won't find any matches. So we had a very nice streak all the way down to 20. We're happy in the top 1300. And we'll see how far we can get.
Yeah, let's see it.
What's up, Wide Herb? And I know Cobra, you love secret hits, right? Those are your favorite?
I do. You know, it's probably the troop I probably played the least in my time with Boom Beach, but the times that I played it, it was I really enjoyed the challenge. Uh,
Yeah, I think there's been a few seasons, like especially ones where honestly you have no choice but to use them.
yep, exactly. There's been a few.
I have no idea how to even do these hits anymore.
That's what we're all here for.
Let me
Figure it out
think.
together.
No, I'm sure this should be fine. We take... Well, it's kind of like 4 HCs, but the Zook fan is like even stronger than 1. And then just all these guys. Well, it only took, what, 75 seasons? We don't have to use Seeks for all of them. We don't have to use Seeks for even like 5 of them.
That's right.
We should be clearing mines though.
Man, with your fast reflexes, I figure you'll have all those mines gone in like 2.5 seconds.
Probably floor onto
Hey,
that guy.
oh yeah. Hey Ace, welcome to the stream.
Heard Ace is gonna be retiring too, huh?
That's the rumor.
Well, it's only a rumor, so we don't know. Are the Seeks doing a good job? Yeah, kind of. Where is the Zook fan? Oh, the grappler took him.
He's yep.
Oh, that wasn't very nice. What's up, Brandon? Jeff gameplay?
Wow.
I'm trying to think how many people I've heard complain that, oh yeah, I lost to keep losing to secret guys and it just sucks. Which yeah, it does suck. But hey, there's ways around it. You can like make this kind of base.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if that how that time holds up. You know, as you do more hits, as you get warmed up, as they say.
This is kind of like the only base that either stops Seeks or makes them slow enough where even if you don't use them, you could maybe beat them on time. So do you remember, Cobra, what was your first season? Where did it all start?
Oh man. So I came from I started playing this game. My kids actually got me into this game, believe it or not. And I just picked it up and we were playing in operations together, and then they stopped playing it, I don't know, probably after 3 or 4 months. And I just obviously kept playing it for, 35 years. So but for me it was like I don't know, I guess I wasn't one of the original people playing, but I was definitely like I definitely played every warship seasons, just not as competitive.
Just maybe kind
I'll
of
have to
back and
think about
forth.
while you're yeah, while you do this hit, I'll think about more details about my first season.
While I watch a Jim Cannon just like 2-shot HC.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah, maybe.
I'm still surprised. Like we got a fair amount of like
Look
troop
at that.
health.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, just 2 shots. Did you ever upgrade your crystal shield stone, or is it still?
We did. We finally did to level. I think it was like Might have been 3 or 2.
Okay. Okay.
Do one more right here. Well, I will say the good thing about taking HCs is even if you do a really bad secret hit, they can kind of finish it off.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That HC is about to.
Yeah, I know
Yep. There it goes. Wow.
when I
It
started
stayed up.
playing,
Stayed.
you were already like well into it. I think for me it was season 15, so all we know is before that time.
Well, so if there's some things that happened in the middle there, but the way we met was in Whack Dagger. Whack Dagger had a chat, and he brought you and me and several other, like, I would say we're younger players. Maybe we weren't quite as established as some of the YouTubers and other people like that. And yeah, I remember Whack Dagger brought us into a small group. I felt like it was the coolest thing ever. Kind of playing with the big kids, and you were one of the people in there. And by the time you and I started kind of chatting in that little small group, it was because we were both going for our first top 50, I think, if I remember right.
That was way back in season 18, like 3,
Yep.
4, or 5 years ago.
And I want to say I didn't get it that season, but maybe you did.
I think we both did. I'm pretty sure.
Did we both get it that year? Okay, yeah. But I remember we were both. I was up. Geez, it must have been. My family thought I was a lunatic. I was probably up till 3 o'clock, like just refreshing my leaderboard. And it was kind of close, but yeah, that was my first top 50, and
That was back when top 50
really
was
cool.
like Legend 2 and like 50 stars or something. Something crazy like that.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. You had to really, yeah. That was before the server split. Yeah, and it was intense. It was pretty intense. But yeah, I remember those Whack Dagger chat.
I just did the best art ever. We definitely hit that shock mine. Come on, kill that shock launcher.
Yep. Good mind clearing.
Oh, that's
it's fun to watch secret hits when you're not playing them, because you can actually watch what's happening and not have to worry about hitting buttons.
It's crazy.
Yeah, kind of nice. It's a lot easier to watch and see how many seekers are dying when you're not the one actually controlling them.
Exactly. You can watch a bad hit firsthand. For Blaze, it was 10 years for him. Season 6 was his first season. Insane.
Yeah, I need to flip back through the chat. See, there's a lot of people. I'm running my mouth.
Petrick would like to report he found a couple of brain cells lying on the ground.
Well,
I wonder where those came
keep
from.
looking, man. There's more. Yeah, no. Keep looking. There's more to be found.
Hey, Ultra Tony, Schooly, Mr. Poing. Got Ferrux in the chat, Rudy. Alex Evil too. No way, Andrew. First worship season was like 39. That's like yesterday.
It does feel like yesterday. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Schooly, and let's see who else called me out. Poing, Alex. Good to see y'all. Thanks for and Andrew too. It's glad to be here. Glad for the opportunity to be here.
I just remember these are the old kind of hits, like from last stream. But I kind of like this style. You know when you find a hit, even though different ones can work for bases, you just want to stick to like one thing. Easier to think about. So that's like,
I mean,
how we are.
The addition of the leaders was really cool. Like I'm really glad I got to play with them before before I retired. I really had a lot of fun with them. Some troops that were added, just kind of, well, okay, take it or leave it. But I really enjoyed using those groups. I thought the developers did a great job when they came up with that idea.
Right, there was a solid, like, well, technically like 3 seasons. One of them was the Bombers too. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Andrew's Warship September 2022. I know I was playing um during COVID because that was probably the most competitive I was at the game was during that time. As probably some other people were too. It was a lot easier. There was a lot less happening in the world and in different things, so it was a lot easier to play warships. But yeah, I was definitely playing in March of 2020. It was a good way to pass the time in the during the COVID era.
I think that's the only reason I started playing too. It was like, well, if there's nothing to do, then oh look, there's a new game.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Hey Pablo, James just fought this. Please help. Like, luckily we're starting from 20, so hopefully we'll see a whole host of bases.
Just like you were talking about that Doom cannon that took out your HC in like 2 shots, that microwave, it, there was in the very first hit, I noticed the shock was maybe like, I don't know, like it hit, the microwave turned on for like 0.2 seconds, and it was amazing how many seekers it took out. That thing is,
It's nasty.
that thing's powerful. It is very nasty. Yeah, but you're doing a good job keeping it shocked.
I still kind of wish we had more like, Seeker protos this season. Like, we don't have many protos. It's just Doom Cannon, Micro, and then Grapplers. Where's Petrik's 16 hotpots? We really needed that.
It took me a little while. It probably shouldn't have, but it took me a little while to realize we didn't have smoke. Or, yeah, the smoke was missing from the.
Right, I guess, honestly, Shield is, I would say, a bit better.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, definitely.
Hey,
Definitely.
what's up, Rage? Wasn't this account ranked 24 last stream? Yeah, and even it got to 25. But we thought, how fun would it be to use all Seekers in Brick, and maybe no abilities? And that's what we tried. Spoiler, didn't work out.
And if yeah, you and I would just be talking the entire time if that were the case.
Which,
There'd be no battles to be had, which wouldn't be bad.
yeah,
I
it
guess,
wouldn't be
or,
bad.
I don't know. Depends. Depends on who you ask, maybe.
And not only is this your last season, but it's kind of a milestone too, right? This is gonna be your 50th top 500.
Yeah. So I'm a numbers guy. I started off as an engineer like a long time ago, and I'm not an engineer anymore. I do other things now, but numbers always kind of like fascinated me. So it's really cool the way it worked out. It's the 75th season, 50th top 500, 10th top 50, and I turned 45 this year. So there you go, all divisible by fives. Pretty cool.
Perfect.
Yes.
And I watch Petrik in the chat call you a nerd.
Oh, he is absolutely going to call me a nerd, and he'll hopefully give me back some of my brain cells so I can do some of that math again one day.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But that is cool. Like, I haven't played that nearly as long enough to even like get close to something like that.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's been great. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It was a great time. Hey, they're all divisible by five, Andrew. Come on, man. Us runners, we love divisible by five numbers. Oh, this one's a little different. You got, yeah.
It is different. It's also very dicey.
Mm-hmm.
Where's our Zook fan? Something happened to it.
What?
It's fine.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Hey, Beowulf. Yeah, someone did say 16 hotpots.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that was getting a little. It was a little close over there on the left to start, but then yeah, they've all pulled through.
Come on, boom
Yeah,
line.
you're right. That's a really good point, Mr. Petrick. That's a really good point.
Do we think
But I mean,
2235 is going to hold for top 500? I think it might, but I would say like Closer to 23 would be like super safe.
Yeah, I'd say the same. Yeah.
And I used to have Cobra at what, 24, right? Pretty solid.
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I had a really really
You get a
fun
cool
push on
base too.
Sunday. Yeah, right. I did not use that base when I was pushing, but I had a really fun day on Sunday. And at the end of it, at the end of the day, it was just kind of like, oh, hey,
Wait,
this is
what's that?
really fun.
What's that micro doing? I thought you were gonna make a snake or something, a cobra.
Maybe I should have.
Yeah. Well, maybe the
Maybe I should
micro
have.
should go
I'm not.
somewhere else.
Maybe you're right. The spinning and I'm not very creative, so this was probably the best my not creative brain could do. But yeah, if it gets me banned, I guess I'm kind of done. But yeah, that's funny. The micro.
Well, maybe not because it's spinning. Hey,
But yeah,
Loco.
exactly.
But this season, being your last, like, how do you like it?
You know, it, it was an interesting season. I don't know. I haven't really processed yet exactly how I felt about the season. Probably because I think about seasons differently than most people. Like I don't necessarily like think. Now, obviously, I loved last season. I was really glad I got to play, your season before I retired because I've been planning this retirement for a few seasons now.
Right.
Because I did want to get to a certain number of leaderboard finishes. But yeah, for this season, I'd say it's mid. It was mid.
I feel like there's
I
not much new about the season. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, and it was odd because I was talking about this in a group chat the other day, but it's just really strange that just how like low everything ended up being, and how like even techie it felt really early on. Like most people, yeah, a lot of people did their pushes with over a week left. Like that's unheard of. But this season seems to have been the result. So it's really odd. So let's see. Are you gonna try that quote unquote dicey hit from last time? Or are you gonna do something? Go back to what you were doing before.
I'm not sure what the dicey hit was, but maybe I will try it.
Well, I guess we'll find out. Maybe your Zook fan will stay where he can be. Hey, Loco.
Where's Bullet? Oh, he got grappled. Well, everyone likes when Bullet's grappled.
Yeah, right.
Rage been fun, few days playing warships. Hey, that one guy. Oh look, it's that one guy. He's in the chat.
I've always appreciated that name. Nice. Wow, great hit.
It wasn't super different compared to, like, let's say... Well, we've had cool things, but nothing really new. Well, except the hidden rifles.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was going to say when you first asked me that question, is that I just tend to think about seasons a little different. I don't really get too into like whether I like a season or whether I don't like a season. I always found it was more fun to appreciate the challenge of each season, right? So every season is going to be set up for different people, right? Your preferences, what you like to hit with, what troops you like. But for me, it was always, if you didn't like a season, it was always 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, you always had another go at it. So, it never occurred to me like, hey, I'm not going to play this season. I'm going to uninstall the game and quit. Like it was just kind of like, okay, I'm just going to play this season. It's not really for me, but I'm going to appreciate the challenge because
Right.
what other video game changes so much as Warships does? It changes all the
Yeah,
time.
I've always
And
thought
the
it was
fun part
like
is
balance
adapting.
changes every single month,
Yeah.
If you don't adapt to it, then, well,
Exactly.
it's not going to work out.
So even when it sucks, it doesn't really suck. It's just a different kind of challenge. That's how I always thought about it. So I don't really grade seasons per se. It's more like how did I appreciate the challenge, or how did I do considering the challenge that season presented. That's how I
But
always thought about
worst case, you can always skip it.
it. Or you could skip it, right. Or play a few weeks and then park or whatever. Which is what I always ended up doing. This is a cool. This should be a cool base to see what you do.
For lucky, these two ERs die around the same time.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Beowulf. I appreciate that, man.
Don't thank him. But I don't know what he said.
He just said all the best. Sorry, I should have probably read that. I'm still learning the etiquette. But hey, Rick, good to see you, man. Look at all those seekers up there to the left. That's a thing of beauty.
When you
Just cruising
when
along.
they're not dead, they're not all dead.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's great.
White Herb,
Yeah.
don't know which dev made last season, but it was my favorite so far. You know, you should give props to that dev. I'll send him your regards.
This is like the compliment stream. Everybody, we're just getting compliments left and right. I like it.
I've heard most people liked it because there were no Seekers. And guess what? Is it a coincidence that the one season we've had with Seekers, they're the main problem?
Yeah.
Because, you know, even at high pushing, like, you make a base good against Seeks, you get beat by Bombers. Make a base good against Bombers, get beat by Seeks. It's always that
Right.
back and forth.
Yeah, you don't usually hear people say, "How do you? I need to build a base against a million critters." Like that is just not one of those things that we've heard very often until last season. So that was cool that we were breaking new ground.
Right? Like, how do I make an anti-Lasertron base? I need help with that.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, Bon
yeah,
Bon,
Wyatt,
what's going on?
Yeah, Wyatt is absolutely right. That's why I think most people liked it. And I think it grew on a lot of early on, maybe first couple days. I think people were unsure. Maybe that's probably the best way to describe it. But I think by the time everybody got to like midway through the first week, at least into the second week, like I think everybody really appreciated using those different, all those different troops that we never got to use before. I thought that was fantastic. So I'm really glad I got to play that before the end came.
I mean, it was on purpose completely different. Like, I didn't know it would be fun or not, but something we've never had before.
Exactly. No, Apex. Yeah, no, not DB. Although DB did train me, so we'll see if I do him proud or if I disappoint him. We'll see. So. I always like the hits where you are only using seekers and like the leader.
Except where everything goes everywhere.
I know. That's why I think it's fun to watch.
That's
probably be really hard to play, but
it was, and that's why I hate those hits because we're gonna fizzle. That's how I lost to like a rank 22 yesterday when I was playing my 25 account because like, new base, let's try something cool, and then like, all right, everything died. My streaming software is censoring Keg. You know what? Because you joined the chat, Keg, this should be your favorite moment. I don't see any Seeks alive.
No.
I'm sure if you did the normal hit with like HCs, it would have worked out.
No, definitely.
Let's see, maybe something like, well, 1 for this ER, everyone else here, wrap around the world, but hey, we saw even like 245s can win.
DB says hi to the most fantastic Warships player and Stoneheart. Well, I think that might be the only time I ever hear that, so I appreciate that, DB. I'm not gonna take that as sarcasm. I'm gonna take that as truth, just for like 0.2 seconds, and then I'm gonna move on.
DB is never sarcastic.
Right, exactly. Hey, Martini, good to see you, man. We played a few times this season. Some really good battles in there.
Samir's asking, why are you quitting? Is it because of work?
Samir, that's a great question. I'll tell you while Stone's hitting. If there's, or do you want me to go now, Stone? Do you
No,
want
go
to talk
ahead.
about your hitter?
They don't care about my
Okay,
hits.
okay. Yeah, fair. Did Stone fire you? So no, Stone didn't fire me. I think Stone. I don't know where he stands on me retiring or not, but anyway, we. So for me, Samir, it's somewhat about work, but also about family and just about um, trying to like change how I spend some of my time. It's just time management, and I've been doing this game for a really long time, and I've enjoyed it. I would have no regrets, but uh, it's just I think it's time to do new things. Try to find different ways to spend my time. And who knows? Maybe at some point I'll come back. It's probably unlikely, but either way, I'm probably going to stay in the community. I'm going to stay in the chats that I'm in now. I met a lot of great people along the way, a lot of good friends, and I definitely don't want to lose track of them. I want to keep up with them because I've gotten to know them personally. So, but yeah, for me, it's not that I don't love the game. I still do. I think it's a great game. It's always changing. I would recommend this game to anybody who wants a good challenge and who really just appreciates different things in different months. But for me, it's just kind of time to do something different and kind of go out on a high note, I guess, as they say. So that's it for me.
And also the secret reason where you don't like Seekers, so you're just had enough.
Well, if I was going to keep playing, it would have to be like I'd have to go. Some players like Knock and others who just really love Seekers. I'd probably have to join the club. So
Come on,
yeah,
Apex.
I know.
So Cobra's a quitter, I
Yeah,
see. No, you're not wrong
yeah,
there.
it's true. No, Ace, I'm taking these on the fly, brother. I'm thinking. I'm quick on my feet,
Well,
taking the questions as they
I
come.
gave you the card of field questions. I thought I'd send it to you.
No, man, you totally whiffed on that. No, I'm spitballing.
How do you know Conquest? He said someone else was available, so DB was the last option. Yeah, that's why he's on call.
No, I plan on joining in on even though I may not be playing. I definitely plan on jumping into some Stone DB streams in the future. The commentary there is top notch. Never know what direction it's going to go. I love it.
Well, you don't have to lie.
Hey, if there is one thing I am, Stone, as you know, I am brutally honest. So. Let's see, what are we doing here?
Where's Bullet? Okay, he's right there. We are doing some bullet hits. And then we'll do some barrage hits. And we'll do whatever that is.
Whatever that is my favorite part.
Where is Zook-fan?
It is getting ready to turn the corner by the
No,
RL.
he's dead.
Oh no,
Who killed it? That's not allowed.
no, he wasn't. I thought he was up there by the micro.
Thanks, Ben, for that that super chat. Euros, right? Not pounds. Or maybe I'm wrong. Alright, 250, that's not bad. What's up, Kevin? Red Dog? Seekers need a nerf. They kill my season every time they're on the tree.
Hey, hey Samir, I know exactly what you're talking about, man.
What's he saying?
That's kind of where I'm at too. He said the thing about Boom Beach is that once you play it competitively, you can no longer play it casually. I do know people that can do that. It's not something that I'm particularly good at. In a lot of things, I'm kind of all in or all out. I have trouble with, just doing things casually. But yeah, Samir, I get what
I
you're
heard
saying.
Apex says
I'm
that
the same way.
he just gets brick every season, so it's casual.
There you go. There you go. I could take a lesson or two.
I think it's pounds. I thought like the system was if it looks like an E, it's euros. But now I realize the other one looks more like an E than that. This is more like a weird L.
I'm gonna step back from this conversation, man. I always get those symbols confused. Yeah.
All the euros are
I
gonna
just pulled
hate
my
me
credit
now.
card. Yeah, I mean, I just pull out my credit card and say, just charge what you need. The card will do the conversion for me.
Mm-hmm. Widerp asking, are all the squad leaders strong this season? And I'll let Cobra answer that while I do the hit.
No, so they're definitely not created equal this season. There are definitely stronger ones, and there are definitely
All
weaker
squad
ones.
leaders are not created equally.
That's very true. So the one that Stone is using is the strongest. Yeah. The one below him, what is that? The Minesweeper? That I don't have it in front of
I
me.
think
but
above him is a meat shield guy.
Yeah, I didn't even unlock him this season, so I don't know. I heard that he probably wasn't great, but the one below it I did use in my final push. Whichever one was below the fan, I don't recall off the top of my head.
You have to keep them memorized.
I know. I'm totally drawing a blank.
We have meat shield and the Minesweeper. Yeah, those two.
Yes, and which one was the one below the one you're using?
Meat shield.
Meat shield. That is the one I used for my push. The meat shield, and he was good at the time. I don't know if he would be good anymore. This was what 4 or 5 days ago.
Even with my account using mainly HCs or bombers, I'm not using him because it's just an HC rush. So it's like you want the damage. A meat shield is great for a meat shield, but when you have like 6 heavy choppers, kind of have that covered.
And a heavy boost, right?
A heavy boost
is really valuable. Yeah, great hit. Yeah.
The biggest thing about the other season where we had the squad leaders was we have a heavy boost, and people didn't realize that like it affects these squad leaders, made them crazy. Come on, we'll get the Minesweeper. How about that? You know what?
Deal.
How about this? We don't have bombers, so we'll get the fire bomber. All right, can we use him?
the one over there.
Oh, too bad we can't. Yeah, the fire bomber is cool. It's like, imagine a Cryoneer that has the same range as a bomber. So I think it's solid. Blaze Seekers.
I never saw.
Well,
I don't think I saw him once in action, honestly.
Well, don't you want a Cryoneer that does same range as a bomber?
Do I have to answer that?
I mean, that's why everyone's using him this season.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
No, like he does so little damage that, like, it doesn't matter. You can flare him straight onto an engine at the beginning of the hit, and probably time's gonna run out before the ER dies. Like, that's how bad he is.
Fantastic.
Blaze says Secret Team Acosta deploy, strongest mechanized troop. Well, how about this? Because you have 8 per boat, how much GB should they cost? I guess that's a good question. Like, because HCs is, you know, per troop, same with rocket choppers. And what do you think, Cobra? How much GB should they cost? If that's a good change. Yeah.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I wouldn't change it, but that's just me. That's just my take.
I think they did a good job. Even like within the past year, we've had a lot of seasons with Seekers at like 4 ER, but they weren't that strong because there's ways to, you know, change it. Some of the big ways is like having no way to clear mines early. Or this season, I think it would have been just fine if we did not have a secret boost. So a lot of small things like really change it up.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yep, I agree. And the funny thing is even like Seekers always have their moment, but it's very rare that I mean, there have been cases where they dominate a season, but a lot of the time, I mean, like you said, in recent seasons, you really need to know how to work them really well to be able to succeed with them. So, yeah, I've never had a problem with it. But.
I'm gatekeeping Firebrand? Maybe. Well, is it fair to complain about Seekers, but then not realize how difficult they are?
I mean, yeah, that's usually been my argument. But at the same time, if there was any, yeah, to me, the the troop that was always seemed to be overpowered. If you were going to call one overpowered, it would have been the HCs. But that's that's I know that different people think about it different ways, but I always thought the HCs were the ones that actually were probably the most powerful. That you didn't really need to have as much reflexes and whatever you want to call it, to use them. That's
But the
just my
funny
take.
thing is, I think it's fair to call it messed up. Because if you think about it, I would have loved if this. I would have kept going on Stone if there were like if Seekers sucked. Because the problem is, alright, Seekers don't always work. You know, maybe let's say 80% of the time, which means that if you're in Legend, you can't push with Seekers. Because that 20% you
Hmm.
lose, you might lose like minus 18. That sucks. But
Hmm.
you also can't push with like non-Seeks. Because the off chance Seekers get you, it's also minus 18. So when you
Right.
have that inconsistent, meta, it's kind of not fun for anyone. Unless you're super casual and just don't care.
Ooh, got a
Hey, I think
got a
Apex.
high ranking one
Yeah. Apex saying, why not just make flying seekers? Hmm.
with a donation too. With a it's a
Well,
idea with a donation.
well, those $2 are going to be sent to develop the flying seek, so he,
That's exactly where I was going with that.
he knows what he's talking about.
Yep.
Alright, let's see. One over here. Critter shock. Yeah, that should be fine. If we do win, probably won't, but if we do win, let's take a guess how many stars we're gonna.
I wasn't gonna count my yeah. I was gonna wait and see how the hit went, but yeah, I was thinking the same thing. But I have always appreciated in this game how different people have such different passionate reactions to like troops, how things work. Like because there is so many and because it changes every season, it really isn't like any other game. At least in any other game that I've played, which is cool. You know.
If the Zook fan's gonna do anything, then we like that.
Hmm.
Tao thinks non-Seek's easier to push right now than Seek's. Well, not yesterday. I guess it depends what kind of Seeker players was out. What about invisible Seekers? I mean, we've had hidden rifles, hidden warriors. Yeah, how about hidden Seekers?
Oh my, that'd be something.
Alright, come on, guess. You have like 2 seconds. How many stars?
I'm gonna go with. Let's see.
Alright, too late.
I'm gonna go with 20.
We got 23.
Oh, yep.
Which means take a win streak, that's. Oh, that's 18. I feel bad. Okay, it doesn't matter how much skill is needed, overpowered is overpowered. Also thinks heavy choppers are overpowered.
Is there any game? So I admittedly don't play a lot of other mobile games. Like I've only really played Warships and a couple others. Is there any other like mobile games out there that people play that have a troop like Seekers where they just are responsible for going directly to the goal, destroying the goal, going to the next thing, destroying that with no other thought or purpose? I've not encountered it, but I'd be curious to see if anybody else has in other mobile games.
I guess that'd be cool to see, and it is so different from the mechanic of warships.
That's what I mean. It's just it's such a. I've always appreciated Seekers, not because I could use them, because I can't, or because I never took the time to learn them, which is probably more accurate. Um, but yeah, I'd be curious. I've always appreciated the fact that they were kind of different, at least from games that had played in the past. So, you know, I always appreciated the uniqueness of them, I guess, and the challenge that comes with them.
Wait,
One of the players I
I thought I
always
shocked the micro. We didn't shock the micro. It's fine.
yeah, you still got plenty of seats underneath it.
Placing's 8 GB per boat, ending's 4. 4 seems kind of okay, because that's the same as, rocket choppers. Because, look, I like a season with... Uh-oh. Too bad he didn't shock the micro. I like a season with a lot of GB, but of course, yeah, if you have Seekers, then there's always a downside.
Keg says Seekers are every Clash of Clans unit, no flaring. Okay, there you go.
Well, Clash should have these controllable heroes recently. Which I don't know, I mean, I don't play Clash, really. I just know they have, you, taps someplace, and you can make the troops move around. It's basically like squad leaders. Just tap, and that's where they go. They haven't come to the main game yet, just has, challenges, but... I wonder how people there feel about it. Rage, should you snipe me with your base? I think you should. The one base I don't like, it's when we're running. Especially versus Sikhs.
Yeah, just to go back to going back to what we were talking about before, where trying to remember my first season. I actually spent a lot. The reason I got into warships, maybe others were in this boat too, but the reason I got into warships was just to get extra intel for my task force that were doing operations. So it was becoming such a time commitment to go in there and get, I can't even remember now, it's been so long since I did operations, but there would be a limit, or I'm sorry, not a limit, but a quota that we would have to hit, right, per day from everybody in the task force to be a competitive ops task force. And I just remember I started doing warships because it was free intel that was pretty easy. So those seasons where everybody started playing, where they got to leg 1 million. I was playing that season, but I was only playing it for intel. I always thought it'd be cool to have that, what's your highest rank be, super high. But at that time, I was really just using warships as an intel gathering. So, but that's how I actually got into warships, was
1 million.
Intel. And 1 million.
Yeah, look, we got the 311. It's Optusroid's favorite. It's like that one band that has 311.
Oh yeah.
We also only play warships for not intel, but the chests we get by getting more ranks.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a good amount, so maybe resources, power stones. My favorite is those proto parts, so that's why we play it.
Right.
Hey, what's up, Flint? And look, there's that base that we don't like. What if it is Rage? Never know.
Never know. Everybody, there's 91 people now going to their game and building this base.
Too bad it sucks versus non-Sikhs, but yeah, the baby career launches too, because this is also a secret guy. Yeah, I think it should be fine.
So I remember the season that first person I talked to in warships was I think his current name is Scarecrow. He used to go by Ronan, and I remember we were chatting. This was way early on. It must have been one of the very, very first seasons I was being competitive on. We were both trying to get our top 500 at the same time, and I remember at the end of the season when I had that first top 500 trophy, I remember how big of a deal it was. I still remember that. Super cool. Felt like I'd really accomplished something, which it was and I still remember how cool it felt.
I think the first time is always cool.
Top 500. Yeah, for sure. First top 500, first first top 50 for you, first top 5, and so on. It's cool. It's amazing when that happens. I still remember it. Then of course you want to do better. You want to do the next thing, right? So then it was like, okay, well, how can I get a top 50? So, and that's when I joined a warships task force too. Was right after I got my first top 500. I was like, okay, time to start shopping around. I can finally play with the big boys now
Exactly.
and gals. Yeah,
Hey,
it's pretty cool.
vegetarian pig. You know, Veggie Pig, you had a really good season too. Like,
I agree.
where is he? In 20, maybe even 24?
Yeah, we faced a couple times.
I know he's been up there. I'm gonna ask you, Veggie Pig, what was the secret? What path did he take? Alright, there's too many names. Esrur, I'm at 13. Do you think you'll reach 16 in a few days? I think so. Kind of depends what engine you're at. But I would say even now, like a 3 ER can probably hit up there. Now you slipped down.
I was
No, at least if you got high, you know, that's what matters.
I agree with you, Tao. Tao said, I think trophy is just a small part. That's absolutely true. You know, there are seasons where the leaderboard's super low. Sometimes it's super high. I think the fun part about warships is it kind of goes back to what I was saying before. It's about the challenge of every season being different and approaching it a different way. And, you know, I didn't do this early on, but as it got later and later in my, you know, in the time I was playing, like I really enjoyed figuring out how to do that with friends. Like, you know, I have lots of different like small chats with people, and it's always fun to like. So you're right. It's always fun to plan. You're right though. The trophy's just a small part. Like you can get, you know, 19 for rank 19 in a season where top 500 is maybe ranked 24, but that person should still be proud of their accomplishment because, you know, maybe that's their first time getting gold or their first time being in 19 or whatever it might be. So I think it's just about having fun, right? As long as you're having fun, keep doing it. Like we all need different things that are fun in our life. It's my opinion anyway.
Even Legend this season, or last season, it was like, what, almost 300 Legends? So
There's a bunch.
it might not seem not like an accomplishment, but it was, because, again, Legend is Legend.
And Ben asked if we think that 23 and 6 stars will be enough for top 500. I'd keep an eye on it, Ben, but my personal opinion, seeing what I've seen the last few days, I think that's probably okay. But I would keep an eye on it. I would say if you're in 22, might be on the edge, but I think 23 might be good for this season. The leaderboard is pretty low. So
Rage still remembers when you got your top one. Yeah, I think we all do.
I'm surprised Apex remembers his first time. It's probably been what 4 or 5 decades.
Something like
Just
that.
kidding, Apex.
That's just a few seconds. Paul, is HCRC not that strong? Not really.
Apex said
It's just because there's not enough troop damage to really have it covered. It's not that it's not going to get a fast time, but not fast enough like full on HCs or especially with the squad leaders.
Mhm. Apex said I got a top 500 trophy my first time as well. So I'm gonna have to jump in these chats just for you, Apex, just to get your commentary.
Well, I'll be the one who says show off.
Right. Yeah, Ben, I would keep an eye on the stars, the top 500 cutoff. I think you might find that you're okay. I wouldn't hesitate to jump in. The great thing about this free being as cheap as it is that if you were to have to jump back in and you didn't maybe have like all the tech unlocked, I'm guessing since you're at 23, you probably have the majority of it unlocked. So it's always easy to jump in, unlock 6 chests, get everything you need, and then maybe play a few more battles. I've had to do that a few times. Not too bad. But I think you'll be okay with 23.6, personally. Hey, Aerovite, thank you. I love you too. We haven't met, but I got plenty of love to give. Um, Stone, when you're done with this hit, Wyatt asks, when the heck is this update supposed to happen?
Well, they said mid to late June, so hopefully that's gonna come sometime soon. Well, look, right now it's what? June 12th, so I mean,
Hmm.
never know. We have like a million critters right there. Keys were very
Looks
cheap
like
this season.
yes, they were.
Thanks, Ben, for that super chat again. Well, I guess that's good news for, like what Tao was saying, easier to push as a non-Seek than using Seeks.
Hmm.
Serfanti Cobra Bomber is a great name, picturing Bullet in a helicopter throwing snakes and a group of rifles.
I love that. I love that so much. So I'll tell you where Cobra Bomber came from, though, Sir Fonte. So whenever I was in college, this was like early 2000s, like late 90s, so 98 to 2002. We used to play Half-Life on our PCs that were connected to like our network that was in the college. This was before like the internet was as popular as it is now, which is probably weird for some of you young kids. But we would always play these games. So I had to come up with a name, obviously, just like everybody else. And at the time, I was really into golf. That was the sport that I was like, I did to go outside and do stuff. I was really into golf, and the driver that I used was the King Cobra. So um, I'm not a big guy by any means. I'm actually a runner, so I run in my spare time. So I'm actually built like a runner. But for some reason, I could always hit the ball really far off the tee. So my friends started calling me Cobra Bomber. And that's where the name came from. And so my PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Nintendo, like all of my, even my Apple Arcade, my name was always Cobra Bomber. So if anybody is on Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, and you search Cobra Bomber, you will find me. So that's where that name came from. But I love the idea of a helicopter throwing snakes at a group of riflemen. That is amazing, and I've not heard that before, but I will always remember that now.
Now we gotta make it happen. Hey, good thing AI exists.
I know, I know. Put Pete on it. Like an AI wizard. But I have to admit, the day I found that the profile picture that you used for this thumbnail, um, that was I fell in love with that one immediately. It was I'm not a martini guy. I'm more of a bourbon guy. For those that know me, they realize that. But the martini and the Cobra was a lot. I appreciated that a lot. And yeah, Aeroblight, look me up. I'm not on there a lot, but you know the great thing about me entering my PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 era is that when I get on to play, I don't have to worry about what am I trying to say? A push point, right? So that's the thing about warships. There's certain times you should play and certain times you shouldn't, and it'll be nice to get on a PlayStation and just play a game without having to worry about what time it is or how many chests I have to collect.
It's a few games that game doesn't control you. You can actually play at any time and stop at any time.
It's an amazing concept to actually be able to go back, because if I'm
Exactly.
going to play a video game now, it's going to be warships, right? That's just what I've been doing for almost 6 or 7 years now. So the idea of actually like jumping on and playing a video game anytime I want and not being in an advantage or disadvantage is going to be crazy.
Yeah, that's just unheard of.
Crazy. It is unheard of. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. Did you watch so Arrow of Light said I'm a big Minecraft guy. Did you go watch the Minecraft movie, or just I think it had Jack Black and a couple other people in it?
I was waiting until it's on what do they call it? Blu-ray, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's streaming now. I think I saw that on one of the platforms. I can't remember which. Maybe it was Paramount Plus or I can't remember now. But one of
It
them I think
should
is
be out now.
streaming.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I think
I
it's
might take a
streaming.
look.
So my thing with Minecraft, just not to go too far off of warships, but my thing with uh Minecraft was always that it was always you were always just doing stuff, but there wasn't a way to win. Like there wasn't like a like how can you like win or do something? And it was more just like creative building, whatever. Anyway, kind of funny, but I always told my kids I was like, "What? I mean, I play Minecraft with you, but what are we trying to accomplish here? Like, are we really just building a house, or are we, trying to fight a
Yeah, you gotta
monster? Or
open
what are
that
we doing?"
creativity.
All right,
Alright, I guess we'll have
I
to
get,
start talking in hits now. Because
yeah,
we're on a
sorry,
little
okay,
streak.
okay, yep. And hey, Remy, I did not realize that was you as Ben, so that's cool.
We will get building damage to help us out.
There you go.
Blazed, if you watch a Minecraft movie, you'll leave dumber than before. Hey.
Brain cells on the floor, as Mr. P likes to.
Alright, so this one is a secret guy. He's running the same base as us. Could maybe do mainly secret hit. Going from one side, well, a couple of six can hit that. Or even just one, I think it's worth a shot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This one will clear some mines, because we don't like mines. One more, maybe get that guy right there.
Oh, there you go. Yep, got it.
Shock that micro.
Yep.
We have like no six alive. Yeah, maybe it is easier with brick style hits. Because at least with her, you don't have to worry so much about like your pathing.
Right.
Hey Famita, what's going on? Louis liked the movie. We'll let Bullet do his thing. I think maybe we can afford a few brick style hits. Because I've seen some of them get close to 3-minute times too.
Yeah, let's see it. I'm sure folks on would like to see it too. Hey, Famita.
Famita had a great season too.
Mm-hmm.
One of the few people who hit
Great.
Legend this season. This one maybe just, again, HCs. Those grapplers shouldn't be a huge pain. I've liked the brick style hits too. But I don't know, against other secret guys, you can try one of them
if this
out.
was the hit you. Yeah, if you were gonna. Yep. I was gonna ask if you were gonna try it on this one.
And you can drop these Seeks.
Yeah, good shock. Be nice. Be nice going through this mine area.
Looks like they're not being nice. Instead, the Zook
No.
fan's being grappled. I mean, we can still try to flare the last one, but all those heavies plus micro, not looking so hot. How do these collabs happen? What kind of collabs? It's with Cobra, it's because, well, Cobra, you said your story, but I've never said my story of,
Yeah,
like, how I met you.
yeah, yep. Please, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. See the different perspective.
Well, maybe. Rage everyone you face today,
Right.
play Seeks. It's weird, because, like, right now we're facing a lot of guys, I think most are non-Seeks, but, you know, everything's kind of changing. The story how I met you, Cobra, is kind of cool, because you were my first ever Warships friend. I didn't even know about the game until, like, kind of talked to you about it. You're like, why there's so many, communities out there like playing it. Got me into Sugar Ship, which was amazing. Like, just having other people who can also, have fun with you on playing it all throughout. So,
Hmm.
and that was way back in like what, season 18, and now we're on like 75.
Yep.
And ever since
Right.
then, it was just like, sharing hits with some meta, complaining about stuff because there's a lot of stuff to complain about.
Right. Right. Yep. No, you. Yeah. Yes, I remember that too, and that's my recollection too. I was definitely, yeah, especially during this. So what? I guess five. What is that? Season 18. That would have been like 2019, maybe. I wish
No,
I
that
could
that, that,
remember
that
the
was like, I
year.
think, 2021.
Oh, was it? Okay. Yeah. So I was. What was that? What were we? So we didn't know each other before COVID.
No, I'm pretty sure we didn't.
Hmm. Okay. I was thinking. Thought we did, but yeah, I must be. Again, my timeline's all mixed up now. Ooh, that's a good question from Remy. How long did it take you to become one of the best players in the world in warships? So,
Well, after I met Cobra, not too long.
right, right, right. Yeah, let's go with that. I love it.
See if the Zook fan's gonna do anything.
One of the coolest things that like I would tell a new player about warships now. Um, I'll wait. I'll wait till after this. After you're done here, get this last ER down.
It was until I started having fun. That's the answer.
There we go. Yep. So yeah, what I was going to say was is for new players, like I think they maybe take for granted how awesome it is to have a daily stream of an account that starts at rank one. Like it is such a. I mean, I know I'm on your stream, so I'm obviously plugging you, but at the same time, like if you're learning the game, if you are like trying to get better at warships, if you're trying to get your first top 500, like it is really cool that there is a literally a daily guide where you can wake up every morning on the East Coast and get a breakdown of the current meta, of the current bases, of the current hits, explain like step one, two, three, four, five. That was obviously not something that was around, in 2021 and 2020. And I think that's an amazing service that you provide to the community by doing that. The time it takes you, the knowledge you spread out to people. Like that's the thing that I would tell a new player if they were coming in, like, hey, where should I go? How should I get better? Like for real, like that daily video is huge. And yeah, Apex, I know I'm plugging, man, but like I wish I had that when I first started playing warships, like a step by step daily. It's pretty good. So anyway, keep up the good work, man.
Feels like I'm ignoring, but I'm trying to think what to say. It doesn't make me sound like
No,
terrible.
I get it. Just talk about your hit. It's all
Alright,
good.
we're gonna watch our Seekers die pretty soon. And we'll still do one shot. And then we're gonna do a flare. Then one critter, and maybe a taunt. Yeah, Jim, giving me free advertising. My own stream.
Yeah, exactly. I think whoever's here is here. So it's telling you what you already know. Telling you all what you already know. Yeah,
Well,
that is part of my agreement with Stone. He I get paid for every
that's a
get paid for
contract.
every compliment. Yeah,
Well, I'll say what White Earp says, that we're AI and that's why we do it.
exactly.
It's the only reason we do those daily vids. No, I've always thought, look, playing is fun, you know, it's a fun game, but at some point it was like, I mean, probably want to show it. So that's how YouTube started. And before it was just like, well, streams and stuff. But then it's like, okay, not many people care about what's happening at the top. People just want to have fun. Because the game's supposed to be fun. So if we can make that happen, you know, where everyone else is, who doesn't start in like rank 16, then yeah, all the better. And that's our main goal.
And it comes through too. So anyway, yeah, I'll stop plugging now. I'll stop plugging now. But it does take a lot of time. You know, we're I consider you a good friend. Like I know how long that takes you to do, and so you know, I think it's a great value you give to the community. And as I head out, I'm just it's just my way of saying like, hey, you know, keep up the great work because it really is good. All right, time to head up. Time to head up that micro.
Gotta speed it up. Okay, stuff is dying. Maybe a little too much stuff.
Good number of seekers though.
There are a good number of seekers. So maybe this one, not too bad.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, even when you said that, I was looking at the secret account and I was like, oh, you know, that's there were you had some full boats in there, so yeah, that was good.
Dietrich just sneezed so hard he became hungry. Good info. Well,
Ben said, "I never know how you find the time to play so many accounts this season, Stone." And if you don't mind, Stone, I'll give my commentary, which is Stone is really good about um, getting a lot out of a few amount of battles. So like where it would take me maybe 100 battles, like knowing the like learning the meta, researching the meta. You know, he's really good at doing stuff on a smaller battle count. I'll say.
wait, you said
That's my
you're gonna
initial thought.
stop plugging.
I don't really consider that a plug. That's not a plug, is it? Like that's something I always tried to do, but I was never really good at.
No, it's
Was trying to limit my battle.
way easier doing streams because, like, when you're streaming, like, that's when you push. Like, otherwise you don't really play. And it's kind of easier, like, even mentally like that. It's that dreaded base. Alright, we'll try a different kind of hit. And I got no clue where they're gonna go, but let's find out. Let's make it a surprise.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious too.
Alright, they're gonna go top, which, you know what, isn't bad. Actually, not bad at all. Because now we can taunt these guys. We got HCs over here. Got some more taunts.
Here they come.
Those 6 are fine.
look at
So
that split.
that's the way to hit it. You just go all from the right side. Air of Light raging when shield isn't working at 4 ER. Oh, I miss the name DK. Been a few seasons since I saw it.
Mr. Bowen said this season sucks. Almost as much as last season.
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
Well, if you're pouring, then every season sucks.
Right. I think that's the funny part of it.
When Apex gets uploaded to the net, he hopes to give back to the community too. It feels so good when you're just uploaded there. So now I'm on a big flash drive too. It's like, what, just a couple inches long? So with all this free time, no warships, any plans?
Oh yes, yeah. I think so. Like I mentioned before, I love running. I've started to try to get to run a marathon on every continent. So I'm gonna try to spend more time like focusing on that. I have two kids in college. They're out of state. I'm from the Washington D.C. area, so they're in different places, Ohio, North Carolina. So I'm probably going to spend more time like traveling out to see them, go to some football games with them. So yeah, I mean, basically just traveling, doing some things around the house, probably jumping on some streams to say hi to people every once in a while, just for fun.
I mean, the marathons was great.
Basically how I'm gonna do.
One of the coolest things you said was you ran a marathon in what, Antarctica, like a few months ago.
Yeah, I did that in March. That was actually one of the. It's funny. I didn't intend for it to be that way. The marathon was actually in March, so and it coincided with the end of a season, and I was kind of already planning on retiring when I got to the 60th leaderboard finish. So I had played, but then as soon as we got on the boat, because you have to take a boat out to the Antarctica Marathon or cruise ship. But as soon as I got on the boat, the Wi-Fi was so bad I couldn't play anymore, so I just stopped. And I ended up being like 3 or 4 stars short of a leaderboard finish, which was okay because it worked out great. But yeah, it was amazing. If anybody ever has a chance to go to Antarctica and do the Drake Passage, I would highly recommend it. It is a once in a lifetime trip. You won't see anything untouched by like man. Anywhere else. I haven't in the world, so it was really fun, and it was a cool marathon too. But I think my next one is going to be in South America. So if any of y'all down in South America have any recommendations, I think I'm going to try to do the one in the Patagonia Mountains in Chile. So that's going to be my next goal.
It's like basically free traveling too. Well, free in the sense that you're not going there for vacation, but like, well, it's a bonus.
Right. Yes, we try to experience every aspect of the place we're in, the country we're in.
Except instead of going ahead and traveling, you have to run.
Yeah, well, it's really funny. That's the number one kind of response that I get when I tell people that. They're like, "Why don't you just go there and not run?" But it's a foreign concept to some folks. But
it's like, oh wait, running is fun. Really that's not allowed. Running can't be fun.
I know. Maybe that's what Andrea was talking about when we started the stream about not being allowed. Maybe she was talking about running marathons.
Yeah, maybe. Carrie and Brown, what's going on? You know, Air of Light. I did download Minecraft like a few months ago, but then I stopped because I don't know how to play it. So if you want to teach me, then I'm all ears.
Discord session.
Exactly. I'm gonna switch screen because game sound died, and I can't hear Secrets dying. So I'll try to bring that up. Andrew would never talk about running marathons. Game sound is back. Nice, Uni, got diamond, now you're parking. Like, that's a different kind of base. Question is it gonna be good? Yeah, probably. Bullet's gonna be grabbed in like a second. But that's okay, because they'll do one taunt. Oh, flare, then move the Zook fan.
I like watching these different bases.
I don't like watching them.
Well, of course not.
Flared. Alright. We'll be smart and shock the micro, I guess. Uh-oh. Come on, Zook fan, don't die. Alright, he's dead.
Oh man, all these. Yeah, let's see how we finish it there. Nice.
I don't like different kind of
Yeah,
bases,
Ultra.
because we gotta think about how to hit it.
I know. It's fun to watch though. I didn't realize that Ultra Tony was ultra because of ultra marathons or ultra running. That's awesome, Tony. I've actually never run more than a marathon. So one of the things I do want to do in my time is some of the time I get back from playing warships is training to do an ultra. Maybe do a 30-mile race or start
What is an
somewhere like
ultra
that.
marathon?
Yeah, so that yeah, sorry, that a marathon is 26.2 miles in English units. A ultra marathon is typically 30 miles or more, so it's a addition of about 4 miles from what it is
Oh wow.
for a regular marathon. So an ultra is about 4 miles, typically about 4 miles longer.
Well, I guess it's worth the ultra name. That's cool though.
Yeah, I never knew that. I mean, I've faced him, I've seen him on streams, but yeah, very cool, Tony. Maybe I'll see you out there one of these days. And yeah, my wife hates it when we travel for runs when it's not a cool destination. If it's a good destination, like I think it's going to be for South America, she's all for it. And then Eric asked, "What do I do for work?" So I work in the electronics industry. So without getting too much into the details, we design and manufacture electronics that are sold and used in different government and military applications. So a lot of working with a lot of like service members, which I really enjoy, and that's what we do. So
But,
I started off
you can
as
say
a
your biggest
engineer.
accomplishment too, which is you designed Stoneheart. Like you did all the coding and every single thing, and that's who
I
everyone can
wasn't
think.
gonna say that. I wasn't gonna say that because if you go off the rails, like I don't want there to be like a Skynet Terminator type thing, and I don't want to be blamed for it. But
Well, look, at least
I
now
guess for
we have
now,
video evidence. It's proof.
I know. Great, thanks. I'm gonna slowly slink off. But yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Who was it? Eric. Yeah, very fun. I enjoy it. A lot of travel, doing a lot of cool things. I enjoy it.
Why are we still waiting for Mojo? Maybe his internet is messed up. Well, that's what he gets. Oh, but that is cool. I just cut you off completely on what you're saying about your job.
Oh no, I was done. No, you're totally good.
I think Tony did a few 100-milers. What
Oh wow, that's awesome.
James is what are you getting with all Seeks? As in times, because the times we did use all Seeks, we like lost, we fizzled. We had a nice
But
string of fizzles.
when you when you were successful with them, though, it was probably closer to like what 310.
No, we weren't. I'm pretty sure we weren't successful. Like even the
Well,
fastest
there's
on
a few
us
times.
was using HC Seeks. Which, I guess makes sense. If it's smart, these Seeks are gonna wrap around, and I guess that's the way to hit it. Yeah, I think that's a cool part. All right, there we go.
Uh, let's see. Oh, hey Eric. Yeah, what task force are you playing, by the way? I play in join it at own risk or join it. Yeah, that's where I'm at now.
I'm not mistaken, I think Eric's an ops player. Remember your TF before you did warships?
Oh man, I do. I think they were. I think it was not a very original name. It was something like Avengers or something to do with Marvel characters. I I don't remember now. It's been so many years since I've played ops. I definitely found that I struggled personally with doing the transition from ops to warships. I appreciate warships because you jump in and play a million battles if you wanted to. Where in ops you only got to play one a day, which assuming someone like me that had only one account. But it really sucked whenever you would mess up a hit and then you'd have
Yeah,
24 hours
it's
to
just one and
think
done.
about it.
And everyone sees you do
Yeah.
that hit, you know, it's like they
Uh-huh.
blame you.
At least in warships, you could like have a bad hit and be like, okay, I'm gonna hurry
Yeah,
up and I'm gonna do 10 battles to erase that from my log.
exactly.
Great.
How we need one seeker to get this guy. So we'll probably, I guess we can clear that machine gun blind spot. Now that's a little different kind of base. You know what? We'll do something slightly different too. I mean, hopefully it works out. Maybe it doesn't, but we'll
Hopefully.
see. Get one going here, another critter. And you know what? It's not too bad.
No, I was just thinking that.
But it is bad because our seekers on the left, where did they hit? Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. Fortunately, they got it to where you could do that.
Yeah, I'll look into one shield, but I think we'll have to go back around, maybe. Unless there's six
Come
pulling
on,
through.
get it. Oh man, they did it.
Alright, they're fine.
Nice, nice. Woo, that was a good one. That was exciting to watch.
Oh, I was like, they're all in one tile, they're all dying. Hey, Ryan J, what's going on?
Hey Ryan, thanks for jumping in, man. Rick's in the danger zone.
Yeah, Eric's saying opposite is fave. They've gotten so crazy the last few updates, especially with the engraver. Well, some people don't like them because it's way too easy, but for others you can do like even crazier kind of hits. So I think it's give or take.
Right.
What's up, bud? You know, speaking of, it's been a while since I saw Rick. So how's it going, Rick? Still, because I don't think I've seen you play warships for maybe a month or two. Alright, what are we gonna do here? Maybe something crazy.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't like crazy.
Doesn't mean you can't do it.
That's right. Well, clear a few mines. Maybe a few more on this side. Another shock right here. Another shock right there. See, our Zook fan is dead, and we did miss a shock on that micro. So that is great.
Come on, come on. Get it. Yeah,
I
okay.
don't know,
Good.
3 or 3.
Yep.
I think our Zook fan got grabbed, that's why. And we don't like when Zook fans get grabbed.
No. Picked out of the bunch.
Nope. Hey, DQ Patrick.
Hey, DQ.
Now that's an okay one. Fun with Zeeks? Well, I don't know about fun. Maybe now. And I'm sure the best part for you, Cobra, it's not waking up at 4 in the morning for a worship start and having to play. You can just sleep in.
Well, so yeah, honestly, like, by the way, hey Roy, it's great to see you, man. It's been a little while. Hope you're doing well. Um, I haven't done that in a little while. I was used to be like real religious, real structured about like getting up and playing as a routine, like right at the start. And while I will say that there's definitely an advantage to doing that, I have absolutely, just kind of gotten used to the idea that, hey, I'm probably just going to play whenever I get off work on Monday, first day of the season after the meta's been established. Maybe watch a couple videos online, what people are doing, what works, and that works pretty well for me. Now, if you do pick the right meta and you can play with it, right away at the start, there's obviously an advantage because you can get ahead of people, get ahead of the packs sooner. But no, I actually haven't woken up for quite some time. I will say this though, it will be very, very, very strange for me not to play on that first day of the season of season 76. That will be very surreal because honestly, I haven't missed the start of a season probably since I started playing warships. Like I don't think I've skipped a season. There have been seasons that things didn't go the way I wanted them to, and I didn't finish where I wanted, but I always started. Like I never skipped a season. So this will be the first time in a long time that I won't play warships on the first day, and I think that's when it's kind of going to hit that, I'm actually done with the game for now. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
I can't even see the health, but I think we're
I know.
not going to get it.
I was just.
I think if we did better flares on the left side. Maybe go for that shock launcher first. And then go on left. Yeah, probably something like that.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's great to hear, Roy.
JJ.
I'm glad you're doing well.
Yeah, that one guy, I'm so jealous. Have the season start at like 9 or 10 a.m.
Oh man, wouldn't that be nice? Like,
Unless you have work.
well, I mean, I always thought it was, you're. I always thought it'd be kind of good to have like your time zone, like whenever it's not daylight savings time. What is it, like midnight?
Yeah, midnight on the
In
dot.
the winter, on the midnight. I mean, that to me is. I mean, obviously, I would think the perfect time would be like 9 p.m. Right? But yeah, no, I wouldn't mind. Midnight is definitely better than like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. for the East Coast folks. So
Why aren't we flaring the shock launcher? Well, because we don't like the shock launcher. Why does season start at that time? I think because, Supercell is from Finland, and for them it's like beginning of the workday. In case any like weird
yeah,
bugs or something, then they got nothing
right.
to worry about.
That was always my understanding. Yeah.
Then we'll do a left side. Try that one seek again. One critter, one shock.
Should be enough, right?
And then maybe just a few arts here. That thing shocked. Don't like stuff on this side. maybe one more shock. Zook fan's gonna get grappled probably.
Stay out of that micro range. They are for now.
I guess doing 2-6 on the right, because
Got GB back.
otherwise this one keeps on dying and we can't spend that GB either. Uh-oh, 3 AM for James. We will have a fun, stressful time with Seeks. At least now. Hey, what's up, Bulldogs?
Hey, Bulldogs. Huh. Rage said, "Wait, there's people working on Boom Beach." They are, man.
I
They're
mean,
putting
we
out
had that
new
beach
stuff
talk a
and
few weeks ago. And you know what? I know there was like some info about next update, but like I've seen everything and I think it might be the most fun update in like maybe 2 years. Like for sure before they've done like the new HQ25 and all that stuff. I was surprised too.
thank you, Bulldogs. I appreciate that. Said all the best to you outside of Warships. We had a few good matchups. We absolutely did. Yeah. I think that's the thing I'm definitely going to miss most. Yeah, it was always fun to match people that you knew, and the longer you stay in this world, the longer you stay in this world, the more people you know. So it's really fun after a good battle, especially the close ones, to reach out to somebody and say, "Hey, how'd that go for you?" You know, if you won or lost. So, and it's fun to see what your friends are doing with different hits too. So yeah, I've always enjoyed that about this community. And Stone's in the middle of a hit now, so I'm gonna stop yapping.
We have some GB, but our Seekers are dying.
Come on, get him out of there. Get up there. Get up there.
The worst part is when the Zook fan dies. Because he gets grappled, and that's why 8 grapplers.
Hopefully you have enough, yeah. Oh, good. You have some more heavies to join the fight. That's actually probably a good thing, right?
It does way more damage than just full on
Yeah.
heavy choppers.
Yep. That worked out well.
You know,
Good.
messy,
So
what's
that's-
going on? What's up, Copo? Oh, we had a match earlier? Ah, poor Brick.
Hey, Copo. Get back in there, man. Get another 100 stars.
Oh, another thing that was, I guess, cool was we kind of went from the highest top 500, like, cutoff, to, okay, maybe not the lowest, but, like, really low compared to, you know, Wild.
Definitely. It was startling. Like, just watching the leaderboard, the like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, it was, yeah, startling how little it moved.
Like, I'm sure at this time last season there was, like, maybe 200 legends, and now there's, like, 20. So, well,
Yeah.
that's a difference.
Yeah, every season's different. It's the beauty of Warships.
You know, and I feel like for you, when you finally take Warships off, the next off season is gonna feel like, you know, it's normal, it's a break week. But as soon as sneak peeks come out, like do you even want to watch them, or would you rather like kind of stay out of it?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I don't know how I'm going to react to that. Well, this weekend, I'm actually going to a wedding, a cousin wedding. So I'm sorry, my cousins aren't getting married. I should probably, yeah.
Uh oh. Okay, people
Clarify
in the
that.
chat, you gotta clip that now.
Yeah, right. So, but I am going to a wedding of one of my cousins, and it should be a really fun weekend. So that's when sneak peeks are going to be coming out. But Sunday on the way home from said wedding, I will probably pull that up and see what the season looks like because I will be curious to see what I'm going to be missing
Yeah.
from a button for punishment like that.
This one too, I have no idea where the Seeks are gonna go. So, I mean, let's find out.
Well, last time they did a really nice split at the top, right?
Yes,
So
but it is a
one
different
like
base. Slightly different.
is it? Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Oh, it is different because those are all going. Yeah, they're going that way.
So what we are gonna do... Wait, they split nice, I think.
That is it. Yeah. That
Except where Bullet is. Where's Bullet?
did he get grappled? No. Where is he? See, man, this is why you're way better equipped to deal with these kind of hits than I. I have trouble finding Bullet, and I'm not even playing.
There he is. I mean, it's still an okay time.
Back. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Not even. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of stress.
Well, with some of Secret Hits, it is about adapting during the hit, during that 60 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if they're gonna go top or bottom, but they had an even split, so like, alright, we flare in the middle. I always think his name is like, tells me congratulations. So thanks.
I kind of read that too.
I know.
Yeah, but I honestly
I
think,
took
like,
1 month off,
sorry.
maybe like, I think last summer, and
Mhm.
I didn't even want to look at sneak peeks. Wait, no, I lied. Not only did I look at sneak peeks, I made a sneak peek, so.
Didn't you have a break? You had a few season break in there at one point, right?
That was actually before I even started streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
And that was a good one. That was a
Yeah,
long break
I think
and
so too.
yeah, just no stress at all.
Right. No, yeah. No, I think if there's like, I'm a very self-reflective person anyway. Like that's just who I am. That's how I do things. But when I look back on like the Warships game in general, like it may sound cheesy, and that's fine. Like for people who watch this later, like the the thing that the thing that will always stand out to me is just like how fun it was to just be in the community. And I know different people are in it different ways, right? So there are some people who just kind of like enjoy just kind of being there. I was really like thankful to be as like em- I guess to say like embracing the community and being embraced by the community as I was. Like that's the thing that I will like absolutely like take away from this in memories. Like it's weird because it's just a game, right? As they say, quote unquote, it's just a game. But the reality is that like even it being quote unquote just a game, which I don't agree with, there's still like a lot of things to take out of it. A lot of good memories, a lot of good friendships.
And it's a
lot of
lot
lessons
more
learned in
tight-knit
dealing
than
with
other
people.
games. Because of that
It
tight-knit
is. It
factor,
is.
I think you know more people and it can work even better.
Absolutely. Yeah. And just yeah, there's lots of things like the task force management side, like you talked about like, um some of the recruiting things I did early on, like those are all like really fun things that I still apply to my daily life, like dealing with people, different personalities, different dynamics. Like that's to me all valuable stuff that help you in real life too. That yeah, that I got from the game, that I got from the community. So, there, yeah, I think the thing I'm going to miss most though is just being like engulfed by the community, like being in it, which I won't be when I retire. It's just impossible when you're not playing the game. But it's been fun from that standpoint. So that's my sappy reaction to this kind of being it. It's been great. A lot of good lessons learned.
Probably more shocks or something, because we don't have a lot of stuff.
Come on, get that one down. Gotta shoot. Yep.
But Bullet's gonna die. I think most of the Seeks. Felipe, 6 ER is reaching 21 possible. I think it just really depends how many 7s with everything you face. Because
Mhm.
it is a cheap tree, so you might be facing like maxed out people. So it'll be a slippery slope. Rage tried to snipe us, lost a couple million stars. Well, you know what happens. You still lost
Boom
less
is the
than we did on this account yesterday.
boom is life. That one guy. Quote him.
Hey, it's up there. Rage took a 60 seasons break. That must have been
I
fun.
appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of productivity.
Maybe Cobra, you can also take a 60 season break. Come back
Hey
at
man,
season
you never know.
135.
I hope y'all are still doing this at as high a level as you're doing it. I'd love to see it. Same folks, same faces. How many seasons is it a year? Like what? About 12?
Well,
12 seasons
it
a
used
year
to be 12,
ish.
but I mean, this season we had the two,
Oh, right.
the
Yeah.
the 1 week, 2 week season. Even last year we had 4 1 week seasons, all in March.
Right. Right.
Right, not
It's
enough
always funny
GB to
though.
full seek. Not, well, kind of. We don't have GB to deal with every mine to use full seeks. That's why I gotta take these heavy choppers. That's fine.
This season was also interesting in the fact that like even like sometimes there early in the season there are different paths you can take to be successful, and then it turns into like maybe one or two at the end. And it did kind of start that way where people could rank up by doing different things. And then real fast, it kind of got to the point where if you weren't doing like a very specific hit, like there was nothing really for you to do. You were just kind of stuck. And I heard that from a lot of people that I talk to in different groups that I'm in and different friends that I just chat with, is that they had a really hard time in the middle um, progressing because of the kind of the meta that they chose to play with, early on that was doing well for them for a while and then just quickly fell off. So it was a weird season for that too.
Yeah,
Good
like
hit.
rocket
Good hit.
choppers had, you know, less than a day, then they sucked. Well, they got back at 6 CR, but now they suck again.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it was like there, but and it stunk because you may have thought like, oh great, like I'm I'm ready to go, and then anyway, and then it just the wheels fell off. So, and a few people had that problem where it's kind of like, well, I did this, and now I have to wait until I have to wait 5 days to get this meta so I can start playing again, and that's kind of how it worked out.
Hmm.
So it's a weird season for that.
Ben, do we know why next season is a 2 week season? It's true, by the way. Only 2 weeks long. I'm not sure, but remember when we had the 2 week season back in March? The reasoning behind that was seeing if people like it, maybe they want to replace 4 week seasons with 2 2 week seasons. So that was a reason back then, but never know. That'll be cool what comes out of it. We need to film mines. Kind of one critter, I think. And then like 2 arts.
Season 3 was 88 days. I think that was definitely during my Intel for Ops days for sure. So I wasn't even tracking that honestly. Warships was just like an Intel generating thing for me,
That's it.
and obviously it morphed into something else. But
I'll have to go back down. Can do one final taunt right before, but we have to shock that micro because everything's dying.
all right, good. Okay.
I was never even close to the first few seasons where it was like not even a month, but like random days. Yeah, like 35, 33 days. Season 4, 45 days. Like, imagine that.
Yeah, I can't.
I mean, it'll cool to see the chest values, like, because even though this season is a 3-week season, like most of them, they're super cheap chest values. So
hmm
it's just that also plays a big part. Like, I think if this season everything was, I don't know, 25% more expensive, it would play out a lot differently. Because seekers
Oh,
can't get
definitely.
max tech, or even like normal guys can't get max tech super early.
Yeah, if I was to judge a season, based on like two factors, the first would be like, could you still be unlocking tech as a relatively like competitive player, on the last weekend? Like to me, those were the really fun seasons because you were not you could always you could still progress. Like you weren't hitting like that point in the season where you're kind of just yo-yoing because everybody's kind of doing the same thing, and it kind of comes down to like whether your troops hit a mine or different different minor things. The other thing that I use is I know this may seem like minor, but I'm a huge deck guy when it comes to um, like 70R and 60R. Like if there was one thing that frustrates me in warships, from a challenge standpoint, it's when the 70R deck is significantly worse than the 60R deck. I'm just not a fan of that. I can deal with most things in this game, happily, but I really wish that most times the 70R deck is an advantage to 60R, which would make it an incentive for people to go to. Now I get that there's a challenge of not, or the challenge of not going 7 or limiting like how
Well,
much advantage a 70R has, but
still, it
that's just
doesn't
me.
take a rocket scientist to make a 7 that's decently better than 6.
I mean, that's my thought, but I'm trying to play it both sides, but yeah,
You can still have a deck
I
even with 2 ramps, but have it difficult. Like, let's say
right.
if there's a super big choke point right here, or there's like a horseshoe shape where people go in this dead end, and then, well, okay, especially versus seekers. I'm surprised that seekers aren't fully dominating now, because honestly they aren't. We have some times where
No.
seekers have their difficult moments, even with seeker boost, bad deck layout, hardly any protos.
Mhm.
Good old days when you could reach
That's
leg
just
10.
yeah, right, exactly the season I missed. Um, but yeah, that's it for me. Like I just really wish that that would become more of a norm. But hey, that's the beauty of warships, right? It's a different challenge. Sometimes the challenge is getting to 70R and realizing you need to wait another 3 days before you can unlock more stuff, and that's just
Exactly.
the beauty of it. So no, I would hope that nobody would think that I'm not playing anymore because I don't like the game, or because it's frustrating me, or because it's not new, or they're not
Well,
doing
that's
like
what I'm going
cool
to tell
things,
everyone.
because they are they are doing cool things. I'm very curious to see what this update's going to be whenever it comes out. But yeah, it's just for me, it's just a time thing, and it's a priority shift. But I do love the game. I'd still recommend it to anybody. It's a challenge you don't get from any other game that I've played anyway. At one point, I told myself, Stone, that I was just going to keep playing Warships until the new Grand Theft Auto came out. Uh, but then they keep delaying it, so I couldn't base my Warships career on that.
Uh,
So
it would have been cool though.
I guess, yes, yeah. I think that yeah, this year, yeah, you've got this base figured out. You get done with decent amount of seekers too every time.
And who would have thought it's just blindly dropping them from the right and then They split so good.
Yeah, yeah. People watching the stream who have the space are like, "Oh, I can get this thing out of here."
Oh, look, he has a new heavy skin, which I think looks so ugly. It's like they have a hunchback. Like you don't want to see that in the middle of the night, just like walking towards you. That's just full of nightmares.
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah, those heavies are just weird. They're holding like those Nerf gun darts? That's what I think
Oh
they're
yeah,
holding.
that is a very good analogy.
It's cool. Like, well, not cool. It's a shame. It's like the second heavy skin we have, and that's what it looks like.
I meant your analogy was cool. I didn't say the skin was cool. Because yeah, the whole shirt. I don't know. Are they shirtless? Is that what we're going for? Like, what are we doing?
You don't really play Brawl, but it's like the El Primo guy. That's it. What they want to try to be like.
Oh yeah, my son tried to get me to get into Brawl with him, and yeah, I had to tell him no, man. You got me into Boom Beach. I'm not letting you do it. I'm not letting you get me into another mobile game. uh, yeah, Brian. We'll look. What's your if your gaming platform is PlayStation? Look for me on the network, PlayStation Network, so I can yeah, we can link up for some GTA 6 when it comes out. And thank you, Roy. I appreciate that, man. We had a lot of good times together. I appreciate you.
Everyone's running this space. 2.
Andrew's like, what? Who doesn't want 8 boats of 8 shirtless guys running around on the deck?
Oh, the Zook fan is dead. Alright, let's see where they're gonna go. Alright, all on the top side. That's not terrible. Just means our HCs are gonna have to go now towards the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll do some taunts. And pray that few heavies are gonna be enough. Wait, where are 6? Oh, there they are. Well, that's not good. It was a different kind of base, slightly.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll probably fall short on this ER. Is it better to go through lasers or meat shield to get fanboy? I think if you're a non-seek player, then probably meat shield. Because there are a few bomber hits where that meat shield comes in handy. You want to have 2 leaders to, go off path, get some ERs for you. The skins are funny. I guess it's like those Mexican wrestlers which like have that same kind of skin and like the lines, like they're very old style toys. I'm pretty sure I saw them in Toy Story, like the really old kind of action figures.
Mm-hmm. Wyatt. Yeah, Wyatt. I'm a Cobra Bomber. So yeah, you can just find me on there as Cobra Bomber, or maybe it's Cobra Bombers. I'm not sure, but it's something like
You're
that.
Cobra Bomber.
So,
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
Yeah, on PlayStation. Well,
That's news to me.
so funny thing, my name is so like, I guess associated with games and stuff that I've played with people at work that they actually gave me a plaque once for like something that we did on a project that was really good, and instead of it being my actual name, they gave it to me with Cobra Bomber as the name on the plaque. Like, really?
Do they actually know that?
I still they do. No, they didn't know it from Boom Beach necessarily, but they knew it from golf. And also from like just PlayStation, PC, like different games that I'd played with different people on. They just always liked that name. So
Yes. The good old Cobra golf bomber.
Yes. Maybe I'll have to bring that back out in some of my time. Uh, but yeah, so I think Andrew, yeah, that's what I'd heard. My guess is that they'll probably still wait for the holidays, but who knows? They say it's going to be next spring, but my guess is the new GTA will come out
Look, this is
later
the
on.
smartest Zook fan ever who's hitting this across again. Like, good job.
I didn't even know that could even be a
He
thing.
has a lot of range, you know?
Yeah, I guess I never would have occurred to me.
Knockout. Tell Cobra I'm gonna miss him.
Thanks, Knock. I'll be around, man. I'll catch you on Discord.
Speaking of, this is Knockout right here. Is there a PS5 already? You know, in the good old days of like E3 2018, right when like Xbox One came out, PS4. Like when things were simpler, you know? Series X? Yeah, now there's like Xbox X and like just crazy stuff. Probably PS1.
I'll be careful, Andrew. We may be MIA for a few days.
Well, probably less MIA if you get him hooked on warships.
Eh, good point. Yeah, my wife does not. When my wife wants attention, Apex said she yells Apex. My wife does not say Cobra, so that would be really weird.
I mean, she's gotta say
I don't know
Cobra.
how I
I'm
would respond to
surprised.
that. I, if she did, I'd be like, "What in the world? Where am I?
Now be careful,
What
Andrew.
is this weirdness?"
When you answer that question, Andrew, just well, I'd say choose your words wisely. We want to spread misinformation.
Right.
Hey, Surya, what's going on? Yeah, I like that, Andrew. Just because you're here doesn't mean you're watching. Oh, you're just hearing Cobra talk about his retirement. Let's see, what are we gonna do here? Hey, 604 Big E from the west. No, from not the west coast, the wet coast. Yeah, where is the wet coast?
Like
Speaking of,
Seattle, right?
it's pretty cloudy here, which kind of sucks. Alright, we'll do something. Maybe we'll do something. 2-6, 3-6, 4-6, 5-6, something like that. Alright. We're gonna flare that critter launcher. One, two, three, four. Zook fan. We can flare on right there. And we'll do one shield right there. Bullets right.
Yeah, make sure it goes down. Good call.
Can you go down, please? Our Sikhs are being shocked, which we don't like. It might be a fizzle, especially with that boom cannon right there. Yeah, or even forget it, it's not going to be fast enough. If only there was a way to deal with that sky shield.
Yeah, right.
Now, that's why grapplers are like the best right now, because they can always screw up a seek hit.
Hmm.
Don't you love the sound of micros
Yeah,
roasting heavies?
the fact they put two of them in the season so early on was pretty wild.
Well, it was cool because, well, maybe not cool for some people, because most people damage amps was the best. Because why do you need grapplers when you have like heavy zooks or hidden rifles? So there was a lot of swaps this season, especially compared to like
Definitely.
the average season.
Hmm. Yeah, no, you're right.
How cool, Vancouver. It must be
I
cold up
love
there.
Vancouver. I've only been there. I've only been there once, but it is a beautiful. Whistler's close by there, I think. It was beautiful.
Is it right on the coast or just like?
Yeah, 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 it should be because we actually left out of there to go to Alaska. We left from Vancouver. Spent a few days there before we did, and I love that city. It was one of my favorite.
Nice.
It is my favorite. I'd been to Toronto and Ottawa, a couple other places in Canada, but Vancouver and Victoria was my favorite. It's beautiful out there.
USMC. You suckers missed Christmas. Well, we're at the halfway point. 6 months to go. Yeah, I wish it had like cool big holidays in summer. They're all in winter. Which, maybe it works better because it means the wintertime isn't as like depressing. Gotta have some fun instead.
Right.
Alright, more 23s. Oh, it's at one base. Going from this side.
Hmm.
Alright, one shock here. I mean, depends if the Sikhs stay alive. But probably not if Bullet's gonna be grappled. Yeah, one shock, and that micro.
Hmm.
I mean, we got like 2 Sikhs alive, so that's good. Well, you know what? It's not a bad time, so maybe it's okay.
No, it was
Strongest
intense,
Beast.
but
Season was set up to get people to spend a bunch of diamonds. Yeah, even our rank 1 no IT account. We had to make like 2, technically 3 swaps, so kinda sucked. And a close one too. I've seen some laser action, but I don't know, not too. I think it's just even all heavy choppers was even stronger. Like on the
I
compact
can only
bases,
think
you
of
use that, and then spread bases, you use bombers.
I can only think of one other one. I can only think of one laser hit that you showed from your opponents recently, like in the whole stream. Like I
Yeah,
can
let
only
me see
remember
what he
seeing
did.
one. Make that two.
Wait, that's a fastest on us was a laser hit. Which makes sense, because then like you don't have to worry about crit launchers too much. Oh, and then an HC, laser, Zook fan, Seeker, like everything hit. Everything split hit.
Hmm.
I like the name too. Ooh, Ray? Said father was a Marine, so went Air Force. I always wondered something about like people who join the army. Like, is it like, do you get paid for it like while you're serving, or is it do you get all that after?
No, you do get it while you're serving. Yep,
Look,
it's like a job.
but I'm guessing like you can't really use a bunch of it like there, right? Especially if you're serving into like a super active zone or something like that.
That's true. Yeah, it's a great chance to it's a great chance to save, put some money away.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like a
So when you get out,
cool forced
there's you.
investment.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, it's a lot of people do that. Yeah, they use it to they go places where they get extra pay, extra hat, and then when they come out, a lot of times they'll have their education paid for. And going the military route it's a fantastic like way to you know set yourselves up
Right.
for lots of people. So yeah.
Bulldogs is asking, so Cobra, is there another milestone after the Ultrathon?
After the ultrathon, I like that. Uh, yeah. I want to run I want to run a marathon on 7 different continents, the 7 continents, including an eighth run on in New Zealand. Um, and after that, we're gonna see how it goes. But that's kind of where what I'm trying to do next. And I just did Antarctica a few months ago, so I'm well on my way. That was the hard one.
Oh, I thought that was an easy one.
No. If anybody wants, there's a video on. I think CBS News did an article on the Drake Passage, and they actually took footage from some people um, on our cruise ship who were filming, like I don't know, from the front of the boat. You could see the waves in the Drake Passage. We actually hit uh, 15-meter waves,
Oh wow.
which is about 45 feet, and you can actually see it in the video. I won't tell you who, but I was actually in one of those videos, like trying to like jump and falling down. Anyway, but it ended up making the news because it'd been the first time in a while that the waves on the Drake Passage were that big. So anyway, yeah, it was a fun journey for sure.
Nothing's more scary than being in the loneliest continent and in the middle of the ocean.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. It was something. But yeah, no, I want to try. I want to travel and I want to do those do some more marathons. There's a couple that I really want to do. Like there's one in Greenland that looks fun. Um, so I have that on my radar too.
This is a little different base. 1st and 15th of the month. That's just like that bi-weekly ping. Alright, let's see. Well, I forgot how to hit the base.
Yeah, thanks, Bulldogs. Appreciate it.
Oh wait, I didn't forget. Okay, I remember now.
Lots more time for training.
One shock, critter, yes. Yeah, the heavies should be fine, I think.
Alex is throwing out some Bone Thugs of Harmony. Love it. I haven't said there's that name in a long time, but I got the reference. It's great.
Zook fan is okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's not bad.
No, not at all. That worked out really well.
Who retired after 26 years, still getting paid? Guess it's all the benefits that like last almost forever.
Yeah, you do have to stay in for a certain amount of time to get that. But yeah, it definitely works out long term too if you make that your like career.
It's fun.
Absolutely. I know I have a lot of friends that have done that and are doing very well. So
Well, still, after what, 10 top 50s, and this is gonna be your 50th top 500. Again, how does it feel? The game is coming to an end for you.
yeah,
I'm sure it's a bit
I think
bittersweet.
it's definitely bittersweet. I appreciate I will definitely appreciate the having that extra time. I will definitely appreciate um, you know, at the end of the day, trying to find new things to do, maybe reading more, different things
Wait,
like that.
reading, what's that?
Um, I know. It's so weird. I have to remind myself how to do it. But no, I think at the end of it, like I think I'm gonna look back on my time and just be like just happy with
That's
the
good.
people I met and the people that and the fun and the fun challenge that worships was like again
Right.
I know I don't want to sound too cheesy, but it's really true. Like I really did have a lot of fun and I met a lot of great people, and so um, I appreciate our friendship and I appreciate a lot of the other friendships I've met along the way, and I don't intend to leave those, but I'm looking forward to what's next at the same time.
Yeah.
So
And I think
it's a weird blend.
that's the exact thing about just being bittersweet, you know?
Yeah,
Bullets can get
exactly,
shocked.
exactly.
What are we gonna flare? We're gonna flare that. And we're gonna art the critters. Alright, let's do another critter here. We have to go back all the way for that ER2. I guess we can start flaring it in like a few seconds. We'll do a taunt or two.
Oh, good. There's. It's nice that it's nice that all those seekers missed the micro.
Right, they kind of like went around it. I mean, it's not a...
Mhm.
We got it down, but still not a great time. No, we can art all all the little critters.
Oh, there you go.
It's because a game sound cut out. Hey, a few
Ooh,
seconds. A few
there
seconds is
you
perfect.
go.
And you know, I think that's perfect too, because that is back to 24.
Back to 24.
Especially with some,
It can be done.
close matches.
Yeah, it can be done. For those watching, it can be. You can do it.
Yeah, Cobra, I'll let you pick our last unlocks as we kind of wrap things up. Rixing, crazy, I meant Stone and Cobra same time. Yeah, like we said, that community element, it's really cool.
Well, you know what I'm gonna tell you to pick, right? The last unlock. It's
No, mm,
gotta be bombers.
it's gotta be bombers. And
Gotta be bombers.
we got the
Yeah.
squad bomber too. All right, we'll get
You gotta
bombers.
get those. Yep.
All
Gotta
right,
get all of them. All the bombers.
maybe we'll switch
But
to a
hey,
bomber
Stone, I
boost.
just
No,
yes. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I just wanted to say again, thank you for having me on. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to chat with some folks in the community. For those who are like joining in later and not live, like if we matched, if we've communicated through the years, like just know I appreciate you. And I appreciate how fun you made the game for me. And I will still see you around in the different chats, and I do not plan on uninstalling Telly and Discord. So if you
not
want to
yet.
talk about running or anything, I'm a social guy. I'm a chatty guy. What you see is what you get. But I'd love to continue chatting and talking. But yeah, thank you, Stone, for having me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to say goodbye to the community. And y'all are awesome.
No, it's great, and like again, you were my first Warships friend, so having this send off is like I think only proper. Yeah,
Yeah, I still appreciate it. But yeah, I'm
you
glad to
are
get to
late,
do it
cold.
with
Also, bad cold is always late. No,
you. Yeah.
but big shout out to you, Cobra. Like it's been great. It's 2025 already, so like 5 years of playing the game, and now it's that bittersweet ending.
Yeah. 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 And thanks to everybody in the chat too. Thanks to everybody in the chat too for all the warm the good wishes and all that good stuff. Appreciate you all. I wish you all the best too in everything that you do. And yeah, good luck out there on the seas. Have fun next
Yeah.
season. Just remember, always have fun. Enjoy the challenge. Just enjoy the challenge, whatever it might be.
Here, I'll send you all the complaints that people have about next season.
Perfect. I did tell him to do more short seasons so people who are chasing those leaderboard goals can get up there faster. So I guess they listened.
Yeah, now we have a 2 week season.
Yep, yep, yep. And
Thanks.
thanks to everyone in the chat still saying giving me the hearts and the big ups. Appreciate you all.
But we will be wrapping things up. So again, thanks again, Cobra. All the best to you and whatever comes next. And thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.